Hi, I'm Dr. James Walton at latherapist.com, and I'm here today to talk with you about a very sensitive subject, and that is how to tell a friend or a loved one when you think they might have a weight problem. Since our bodies are the most intimate part of our being, we can be highly sensitive to any comments made about them. So there are three important rules to follow when doing this. The first is to be straightforward with your comment. The second is to show hope. And the third rule to follow is to show more interest in this individual's life than just their weight loss. So let's talk about rule one, being straightforward. Oftentimes we don't talk to the person that we love about their weight because we are afraid of offending them. So instead of being straightforward, we use innuendo and we use covert messages instead. Don't think that these messages have gone unheard. I can assure you that they have been heard, and they're probably quite insulted by what you've said. So when you want to talk about somebody's weight issue, the first thing you want to do is not do it while you're eating. Pick another place and time outside of the dining experience where you can sit down with the individual in a more relaxed environment. The second thing you want to do with them is get their permission. Ask them, I would like to talk a little bit about your weight. Would you be willing to converse with me on this? If they say no, you're done. You can't go any farther than that. But if they do agree to talk with you about it, tell them that you've noticed that they've been gaining some weight, that you are concerned for their health, and that you would like to be there to help them if they choose to do something about it. That is the most sensitive way of being able to express your love for this individual without being offensive. People can actually hear this because you're showing concern for them. You're not being critical, you're not being judgmental, and you're not trying to compare them to other people. Because when you start comparing them to other people, that's when they begin to feel that they're being criticized and they begin to hold on to their own beliefs, dig their heels in, and try to prove that you're wrong. So be loving and gentle, and above all, pick a place outside of the dining experience where it's relaxed, where you can sit down and actually have a good conversation. Rule 2, show hope for the individual. Tell them that you'll be there for them and that you want to work together with them. Now, what often happens with an individual is that their unconscious mind holds a deep image of who they see themselves as. And oftentimes it goes counter to the efforts that they're making at losing weight. They'll see themselves as overweight, or they'll see themselves as lazy, or they'll see themselves as not being worthwhile. So what you want to do with them is help them to change that unconscious image that they have by doing meditations with them or doing visualizations with them together, so that they can change this unconscious tide that is pushing them against what they're trying to do at weight loss. Another way of supporting an individual and showing love for them is to ask them if they would like to do exercises together. Oftentimes when people go to exercise, if they're overweight, they feel very self-conscious and they don't want to go to the gym by themselves. Or they don't want to go out and do the exercise in a park or something alone. Tell them you'd be willing to go with them to help them. They won't feel so alone, and it'll be a very good experience for the two of you in bonding anyway. Another thing that you can do to support them in their weight loss is to take a cooking class together. Now, a cooking class might sound counterintuitive, but it's actually a very supportive and loving thing to do, because in a cooking class you'll learn portion size. You'll also learn how to prepare food in a more healthy way. And it gives you a more intimate experience with the preparation of the food that allows an individual to see the dining experience as more than just the consumption of the food, but experience the whole intimate preparation of it. And finally, rule 3. Show interest in the entire life of the individual, not just in their weight loss. People learn as much from their slips as they do from the progress that they make. So we don't want to criticize the slips that are made at the time of trying to lose weight. Count the effort, don't count the pounds lost. By counting the effort that's made, the individual feels supported and they're moving along, and they will feel more empowered at losing weight. If they make a slip, it's just a learning experience. It's not to be judged, It's to be used as part of the experience of moving the individual forward again. So remember, show interest in their entire life, not just in the weight loss. Now, you may have tried all three of these rules and still run into strong resistance. In any case, drop the criticisms and the innuendos. They're not going to help anything. They're only going to serve to make the individual you love to dig in their heels more and become more resistant to the idea of getting a healthier body. You can only do what you can do. And the reason you're with them is because you love them anyway and that you want to spend more time with them. So criticism is going to be something that drives you apart. Love them for who they are. They are the same person whether they're thin or whether they're heavy. They're always going to be the same person on the inside, and that's the person you want to relate to. That's the person that you love. Show them that you love them. And when they're willing and when they're ready to lose weight, you'll be there for them. Thank you for listening.